Hey sportsman, John Bergsma, we got an awesome show for you today. Marquette County largemouth and smallmouth bass. It's a mixed bag in one of the just dozens of awesome Marquette County inland lakes. Stay tuned. Finally, purple haze. When in doubt, put on a 0. There you go, Scotty. It's a nice one.
Yeah, it is.
There's so many fish around that Scott can't grab the net. It's a nice one. We're going to show you when you get some lethargic morning bass, which we got this morning. Scott and I right now are astounded right in the roof of the mouth, right there. Just a single plain #1 worm hook with purple haze 0. Very, very nice, beautiful morning bass. And you know what, we couldn't find anything that they'd take so far. This is our first fish, and I bet we've seen, what, Scott, 20?
Oh, at least.
Yeah, some 5-pounders. So we're gonna keep working. But at least I found something they would bite. That's a nice one. Good job, Scotty.
Finally got one on the sexy dog.
Well, I think this shoreline looks good, too.
Come down, buddy. I'm gonna give you, we just wanna put you on TV. There you go.
That's got to be like one of your favorite baits, isn't it, Scott?
It is, and usually it's really good in the post spawn.
And to be honest, we don't know what type of spawn we're even in right now.
No, I think they're, like I said, I think they're in all the stages, but see, this one's been up there. You can see the little bit of blood on his fins.
Yep.
He's been doing some mating.
Yeah, there's fish here on this edge. Largemouth.
Yeah, and see this, there was a smallmouth right behind him.
Oh yeah. We're figuring it out, ladies and gentlemen. It's called slow. I'll let you have the content. Pretty little fish. And what we ended up doing is almost backwards. We ended up going to the shady side of the lake. And there you see it. Just a purple haze 0. Nice little fish, but we're gonna start catching bigger ones here soon. We just have to show them to them.
Smallmouth.
That's so fun. That's so fun, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we did. We got on the,
We've gone
shadow
through the
side.
gamut. We've gone through the gamut of baits here. And that is a be careful fish.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Talk about that. That's been 3 quick fish in a row. What makes that bait so effective, Scott?
Well, I just think the walk the dog action that you're imparting on the rod and the sound of it, obviously, but the walking style baits are always good post spawn. Let's get him back in.
This is awesome looking stuff right here.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah. Well,
that deep water point just looked too good. We knew there had to be a fish there.
Oh, there's a fish. Oh yeah, that's a really nice fish. He's got it. Yeah.
You know, it's so funny because one cast is a smallmouth, next cast you catch a largemouth. I mean, it's just, there's everything in this lake.
Wow. And we talk about Marquette County.
That's the nice thing about Marquette County. This is one of the deepest lakes in Marquette County, so you have almost 90 feet of water in here. So you actually have a two-tier fishery because there are trout in the lake too, but you have, you know, good smallmouth, obviously lots of little largemouth. We've seen tons of rock bass, bluegills, a couple big pike we've seen swimming by. So.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Angler Quest, built with purpose. Traxstech, the ultimate fishing system. Strike King, tie one on. Garmin.
Yep.
Good job. Right off those trees.
Yep. God, look at that clear water, just unreal.
That tells you how clear this water is.
It
Hey, well,
really is.
Scotty is taking that one off. Look at this. Scott, what do you think about this casting platform?
I'll tell you what, this is a really nice deck. I mean, both of you and I can just sit up here and not rub shoulders too bad or nothing.
And we've been catching fish after fish after fish. We got 4 rods on this side, 4 rods on that side, a fish going in. The Polar Kraft Kodiak 20, the front casting deck to this, lights out. Okay.
Nice jump.
One of the things Scott and I are doing today is Scott's working a walk the dog bait, and I'm working in front of him with a little 16th ounce. I took my plane hook off because Scott and I have identified now that these better fish are on the deeper breaks. And beautiful fish. And let me show you the modification I made to keep us both fishing and not stepping on each other's toes. So I just put a little VMC 16th ounce wacky hook that's weedless on. And all that allows me to do is fish this in just a little bit deeper water, a little bit quicker. So Scott's working from the shoreline side of the boat, everything he can reach from shoreline out with his top water. I'm casting straight in front of the boat, working that break edge so that we're getting 2 different presentations and 2 different depth zones at the same time. Trying. Here he comes. Here he comes. Wow. They are pretty. I'm even going to get the net.
Look at the one, look at it's got 2 with them.
Wouldn't you know?
Sorry, I'm climbing everything. I'd be helping you.
It's actually a pretty nice fish. Oh, yeah, you want the net, right? Same old thing I just got done saying.
There we go.
Yeah. Wow. If you're
That's a
really
nice
not that
one,
great
Scott.
of a fisherman, just
Yeah,
go
switched
ahead
up
and
to
put
that
one of these zeros on
rage
and
swimmer.
throw it out. You
Good
keep
fish
switching
catching
up on me.
machines. Well,
Rage swimmer, caffeine shad. I'm throwing a top water and a
That one almost looked
zero.
pretty
That was. That's a beautiful fish.
Yeah,
It
very
really
pretty.
is.
Tell you what, this is a nice body of water.
It is. For never having been here. That's what you guys watching the show today have to understand. Scott and I have never fished this body of water. So we're just out taking Team Strike King products and figuring out in circumstances. And to be honest, it teaches us a lot when you get to other bodies of water, right, Scott?
Oh, absolutely.
See certain types of structure, What will work? I just got hit.
Up on that ped.
Hey everybody, John Bergsman here from Fisherman's Digest. We're here today with Michael from Flo-Fast, and we're here to tell you about an awesome new fuel distribution system that Michael manufactures. Michael, talk to us about some of the finer points of this incredibly convenient piece of equipment.
You know, many boats today hold a lot of fuel, and like this wakeboarding boat back here, they burn through it quickly. You know, whether you have a cruiser, a pontoon boat, a ski boat, fishing boat, or a jet ski, Flo-Fast makes refueling them safe, it's easy to use, and you can pump up to 8 gallons per minute. So this 15-gallon tank here, you can literally empty in less than 2 minutes. A lot of people buy a system like this if your boat holds 30, 50, 70 gallons of fuel, and they buy additional containers. And it's nice to be able to split the weight up because it gets heavy when you get much beyond 15 gallons of fuel. You know, we make multiple container sizes. Right here is our 15, but we make a 7.5, which will weigh 50 pounds when it's full. A 10.5 will be 75 pounds when it's full. And then a 15, like I said, will weigh 100 pounds when it's full. You know, the cart is made out of solid steel. It has solid rubber tires, and it does break down and stores nicely into a vehicle or into a garage. The product is ultra durable, it's made to last, it's made here in the USA, and it's just a slick system to refuel boats and jet skis and whatnot. So whether it's the marine market, the power sports market, lawn and garden, farm and ag, it just makes refueling safe, fast, and it's easy to use.
Absolutely. The Flo-Fast system, it's going to be a fixture on our show, but one thing I've learned about it already in just a short time, Flo-Fast, it's quick, it's convenient, and it's environmentally conscientious. Check them out at flofast.com.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Kraft, the toughest built aluminum boats, bar none. Dreamweaver, home of the revolutionary spin doctor. Lose, feel the difference. WavePro, best ride on the water.
Right where you're supposed to be, right between those two boulders.
Right on the biggest rocks in the field. Wow. Nice fish.
Look at the one coming out chasing.
I know, I'm gonna continue to fish. Deal with your fish, Scott.
Look at there's two of them underneath them.
Oh, I know. Well, after just a little bit of unproductiveness, Scott has now figured out the presentation.
It took us a while, but
That's
see that
beautiful.
fish. Yeah, see he's been bedding, so he's all tore up on the back of the tail. He wasn't on a visible bed, so this fish is a post-spawn fish.
Now, one of the things that was really a big assistance to us today was our Garmin force trolling motor. You know, and used in conjunction with your graph, you can really control your boat and keep yourself where you want. Now, we're on spot lock right now, and what we would do is I would simply use my key fob to cruise the shoreline until we would encounter what looked visually to us to be the right situation. Then we could just hit the spot lock and then cast with the wind down, long cast with the wind down into the areas that look good. And today those areas were shallow, sandy points that had chunk boulder rock on them, gravel, maybe a slight weed edge, but it was really rock sand that was the key today in less than 5 feet of water. So we would just quick cast and cruise, and then we would get to the right spot. We were able to spot lock upwind of those critical spots, make long casts down into the spot, and catch a lot more fish. Having this force trolling motor on my boat with all of its capabilities, including that anchor feature, you can't even hardly fish in today's world anymore without it. You got to check this trolling motor out because this is day 2 without a charge, and it's running perfectly great. That brushless motor is so efficient and uses so much less power per hour of use. It just makes it a joy for when you're out on the road like I am all the time fishing. I don't always have to charge on a daily basis. The new force trolling motor, it's definitely worth the investment. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Scotty.
Get out. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Sometimes you can just see a rock and a piece of shade and say, yeah, there's a fish there. Beautiful.
Hey, today we had a great time on the lake. These little Marquette County lakes are full of fish, and we caught them on a variety of different ways today. You saw a lot of my fish were caught today. I was throwing a structure jig, 1/2 ounce with a rage bug trailer. This one happens to be PB&J. We caught some on black and blue. We caught some on Falcon Lake Craw. They were really chasing that down. Obviously, John was really tearing them up today on a KVD splash. He was throwing it on braided line with a fluorocarbon leader so he can make a nice long cast. And that was really key today, is making long casts today, trying not to spook the fish because this water is very, very clear. Obviously, he loves fishing his Ocho. Once I gotta find it. Or a zero. This one happens to be a PB&J zero on a 16th ounce VMC shaky head. Just right in the middle, wacky style. Throwing it out deep, letting it fall all the way to the bottom, letting it flutter down. That seemed to be the real key. I caught a few fish today, throwing a big caffeine shad, throwing it weightless on a 5-aught VMC offset hook. Great presentation when the fish are looking up, because we had a lot of fish that were looking up today. They were coming up to bite. John was calling them up. I was catching them on a sexy dog also. So a lot of different ways to catch them, especially up here in Marquette County.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Offshore Tackle Products, Flo-Fast, world's leading portable fluid transfer system, Drotto, catch and release boat system.
What we've been talking about is how much deep wood we're seeing and how much deep rocks we're seeing that say, man, they should be here, but they're just not in their summer patterns yet.
They're not. They're not. We're seeing beds, and we're not catching these fish off beds for sure, but they're post-spawn cruising. And one of the other things about Marquette County, look right there on that tree. I don't know if you can make it out, a beautiful heron. You know, those are the types of experiences you get when you come to these small lakes that are very, very underutilized, correct, Scott?
Oh, very much so. I mean, there's so much wildlife around here. I mean, this area is full of bear, lots of deer, obviously. Yep. We heard the wolves this morning with the pups.
We heard wolves and the wolf pups. I mean, that's pretty weird when you can go put your boat in and you hear wolves in the morning before you go fishing. I mean, that's crazy fun stuff. That's Marquette County.
I saw him come out and grab it.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's a jumper. Here he is by that rock.
Oh, that's our big one for today right there. That's
there's
nice
another
fish.
one with him. There's another one with him. Oh, yep. Here he is right behind him.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I just said to Chase, I said, I'll catch one on this cast. Grab him, Scotty. I'm a little afraid of those kind. Here you go. Right here, Scott. Wow.
That's a beauty.
Show that off. Beautiful. You know what? KVD splash I said to you, shallow water.
Yeah, shallow
That's
water
where it's
rocks.
working. I mean, a couple feet at the very, very least.
Yep.
Beautiful fish.
Nice fish.
Yeah, let him go. And you know what? I'm gonna go back because there's more.
There you go.
There's more on that rock.
Let me get mine out of the way. I'm ready for you whenever you are, John.
I don't think this sucker's ready. I saw a big log, and all I did was let it settle to the bottom of my zero, and this thing,
There's color.
This thing really trucked it.
Nice smallmouth. There you go,
Peanut
John.
butter and jelly. Well, that's what happens when you run out of haze. Purple haze is my normal color. Let me show you a little backup color. That's that PB&J color. You see that brown on the bottom, really dark purple on the top, and that shows what Marquette County, small inland lakes, doesn't mean small fish.
Hey guys, wasn't that an awesome show? You know, every time we bring Big Scott into the boat, we catch tons of fish. We were exploring that southwest corner of Marquette County, showing you all of the great lakes that are in this awesome county for fishing. We've been all over it so far in the last 5 years, and today was no different. Great fishing, great opportunities, a great place to come and spend 3 to 7 days on a family vacation or just buddies getaway. Check it out, Marquette County.
Closed captioning is brought to you by WavePro. Best ride on the water. Online at waveproshock.com.